baby.
Come on, buddy. Oh, crazy. Teaches kids as young as 6 months old to, if they fall in the pool, turn over and float on their backs.
And we go in with the traumatic music of this fucking intro. I cannot believe you made a video about this, Katie. You were called out on Instagram for being wrong. You couldn't take that. You were so fucking stubborn, as you are, because you're always right. You are always right. When you aren't right, though, you cannot stand behind your own words. You deleted the comments on Instagram because 95% of the comments, you know, the other 5% that agreed with you, your own sock accounts, yeah, 95% of other people were telling you, hold the fuck up, bitch. This is a survival technique that most people have fucking learnt from when they were young. It's not new. It's been around since the 1960s. I learned that from reading the comments on your Instagram post. Why couldn't you learn? You have a pool. You have a child. We get rid of this intro because it's really got me on edge. Why do we have to listen to Toad sing it? No, no, no.
Hey guys, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is
Hey Katie, I'm over here.
Thursday, July 22nd. And we have an update on the Roloff'S. So there's been this thing that's been happening on social media with Audrey Roloff the last week, and people are having very mixed reactions. There are some people that are totally supportive of what she's doing, and then there are people on the internet that are terrified by what's happening. And somewhere in the middle is probably the truth. And it appears as though
and somewhere in the middle you are looking. Hello, I'm over here, Katie. How long have you been on YouTube for? And how long, well, why are you not looking into the camera? Hello, we are over here. No one is over there except, well,
children are fine. And the method that she's discussing is controversial, but even in my comments, a lot of you guys were swearing by it. So I'm going to just hold my comments and just tell you guys.
I couldn't hold my tongue. I needed to say, as one who grew up in Australia, water safety is drilled into our brains from when we are real young. I swam before I walked. We were all taught this. It's a survival technique. It's a survival technique, Katie, for children. It's not up to you whether it works or not. It's not up to you. It might be traumatic to watch, but let me tell you, it has saved so many lives. You cannot sit there on a platform and tell people that it is not approved. You have no right to judge any parent on the way that they choose to raise their kids, unless you want to open that door for all the judgment on you. Do you want to open that door, Katie? Because if you do, let's go there. Let's go there.
What's happening? So Audrey is in the process of teaching her children how to float. Yes. She is doing safety swimming and basically teaching her children how to float so they don't, if they were to fall into a pool, they know how to turn around and float so that nothing bad happens. Yes. It's called ISR. ISR has been around since the 1960s, and Audrey explains what the benefits are.
I kind of want to go back and read that out. How come you didn't read it out? What it said. What have you done with your eyes? Katie, learn how to blend and tap the brush off. Why the hell are you going straight from the pan to your eyelid? Why the hell are you not tapping 3 times? There is way too much product. You have not blended. What the hell am I looking at?
Are in an Instagram story here.
Teaches kids as young as 6 months old to, if they fall in the pool, turn over and float on their back. So it's a life-saving skill that they learn. It's different from swim lessons, so it's not swim lessons. This is to teach them survival skills. So, and because my parents have a pool that is like not gated and it's an infinity pool and there's a lot of doors in their home that lead out to the pool, it's something that's like super important to me to have our kids do because of just our circumstances with being there a lot.
She explains that some people are not going to want to watch it, that it's used as a technique for...
God, isn't it refreshing just to see a genuine woman just so sure of herself and put together? And you know, when you're talking to someone, how comfortable in their being they are. And then boom, we come back to this fucking insane asylum with these green walls and this woman who doesn't know who she is. What is on the table to the left? That's going to irk me now that I've seen it. How long have you guys seen it? Someone has... Oh my God, why is the plant not even in the sunlight now, Katie? Why have you pushed it under there? Why even bring it into this room where everything dies?
Children under the age of 6 months or older to teach them.
I swam at 6 months before I walked. This skill is an instinct that children need to know. It may be controversial. I'm actually very worried. Has V even done swimming lessons? It's a paddle pool. It only goes up to his knees or whatever. I don't know, it's not very deep, right? And as long as these children have the ability to flip themselves from their stomach onto their back, they are able to get air into their lungs and they are able to float. It gives enough time for anyone to find them and get them and save them. Do you know how many children just have never flipped over? Think about that, Katie. We're talking about saving a child's life and you want to insert your opinion that opposes anything like this. Think about it first before you fucking get online. Because I'm fucking pissed off. This has made me so pissed off, this post.
How to float, and they are teaching both their kids how to do this. She wanted to do this before COVID hit and she didn't have time and they couldn't get in and now they're doing it. She said one of the reasons why she's teaching the skill is because the kids are at a house that has a pool. Her parents have a pool apparently and they do not create around the pool, and she wants to prevent the kids from having an accident in the event that something were to happen. So the videos that have people kind of distressed are of her son floating in the water. Now,
please don't show them
18
again.
Months old, and so a lot of people are concerned because at times Bodhi is crying, and people are upset because they feel like it's just really not a good experience for the child.
Instead of saying people, Katie, why do you not say it makes me upset? I'm angry. I'm against this. No, you keep saying people are. No. They weren't. And I will insert the post. At Without a Crystal Ball posted this on her Instagram a few days ago, and 95% of the comments disagreed. Without a Crystal Ball deleted all the comments. Why the fuck are you unwilling to learn or accept when you are wrong? Why are you so up your own ass that you cannot stand behind your own words? Katie Joy, you're a fucking leaf. Here's the post. Katie says, Audrey Roloff's new video has people upset. She's teaching him ISR, which is survival, but the program is highly controversial. The American Academy of Pediatrics does not endorse ISR because it lacks research and some worry its methods traumatize children. There is currently no research proving this technique saves lives. Via Healthy Child. Where's the link, by the way, Katie? Where is the link? You can't just go via this website and not give the direct link. You are plagiarizing the original author's work. Why? You don't like doing the work, but you don't like linking people that actually do the fucking work? And you're sharing their work? You have some nerve, woman. Via Healthy Child. Does AAP recommend infant swim classes? ? No, because there is currently no evidence that infant swim programs for babies under 1 year old lower their drowning risk. Beep, beep. Katie, I'm pretty sure that it said in the video, Audrey Roloff's son is 18 months old. He's not under 1. Infants this age may show reflex, swimming movement, but can't yet raise their heads out of the water well enough to breathe. That's not even the point, though. The point is floating. You don't need to lift your head. It's okay to enroll in a parent-child water play class to help your infant get used to being in the pool, though. This can be a fun activity to enjoy together. Katie enjoys that every day. She doesn't teach her son anything. He's just there to play, a little play friend, until she gets tired and has to go in and check on her stranger friends. Always keep in mind that swim lessons are just one of several important layers of protection needed to help prevent drowning. Another layer includes constant, focused supervision when your child is in or near a pool or any body of water. It also is essential to block access to pools during non-swim time. Katie, are you reading this? The Consumer Product Safety Commission found that 69% of children under the age of 5 years were not expected to be in the water at the time of drowning. Add some comments in here before my voice gives out. Oh yes, this is someone commented, holy shit, how is this okay? Anywhere inside her brain, who does this? And then other people reply, a lot of people do it. It's called ISR. Another person replied, you'd prefer the babies not know how to save themselves if they fall into water? Right? Someone else says, this is a huge trend right now in swim classes. A ton of instructors are doing this method now. It's more of a survival method than a swimming lesson, which is what Audrey said. And most classes are recommended this little do the course. I personally don't think I could sign my son up for this method. This is done in every swim school in Australia. It's probably done in the womb of every child born in Australia because it's done that much that it's just part of us now. And then someone said, all these people that think this method saves lives, I would like one reputable source besides a swim instructor that uses this method that says the positives outweigh the risk of the method. And then anyway, Katie replies, thank you. I'm deleting these comments because it's misinformation. It's not misinformation. If anyone is fucking selling misinformation here, Miss Katie Joy Paulson, it is you. Someone says, so locally about 4 years ago, a child fell in the pool at a party, 3 years old. She flipped herself over until an adult saw her and jumped in. The grandmother to the rescue. As a former lifeguard myself, I wish parents took water safety seriously. I am the lunatic who had 12 different life vests in the basement. Exactly. This is no joke, and it's almost as bad as reporting on trauma because your opinion is not needed here. You are a mother criticizing another mother for her parenting. How dare you? How dare you? And then someone else says, I wonder why all these people stand by it. It's obviously the majority of people agree that ISR saves lives. I would say a parent whose child has successfully completed ISR is the most reputable source there is. Whoa, 100%. Cactus, high five. Someone says, this is the new cool thing to do with toddlers, survival swim lessons. It's absolutely terrible. It's abuse, in my opinion, and makes the kids terrified. Swim lessons should be fun and enjoyable, not traumatizing. I'll tell you what, you sound a lot like Katie. Katie replies, it's not recommended by the AAP, and there is no evidence, period, that it saves lives. Rather than looking for the evidence, why don't you look within your community to the people that are telling you, Katie? Why are you not listening to them? Why do you think that you are smarter than them? Why can't you learn? Why can't you learn for the fucking sake of your child's life? That's what I don't understand. We're talking about saving children's lives, and I doubt your child even knows anything about saving himself when you are not around. You've probably made him so dependent on you. Like I say all the time, you are your son's biggest disability in life. Someone else says, you are so wrong. It is the only way to water safe young children. It is, I agree. We have a pool. I know my toddler is safe if he falls in, even for a minute. It is not terrifying nor traumatic for them. You don't know what you are talking about. Glad you are happy with your swim lessons, but don't profess knowledge about another way that is proven effective. Especially when you haven't done it and you don't know what you're talking about. Fucking yes, exactly. Your rude inference that your kids are the only ones that enjoy their lessons is ridiculous. My kid has been able to save himself in the deep end with no problem since he was 18 months. Can yours? I doubt it, Jean. I doubt it. Oh yeah, she's not talking to Katie, by the way, but she should be. This is just another, it's probably Katie's, you know, this is not, like Katie said, it's not 50-50, right? It's just not 50-50. And then someone says, you literally rewrote your whole post. Be woman enough to stand by what you originally wrote. It's also okay to learn something and say you learned something. Exactly. Why is it so hard? I don't understand. Someone says they tell them to turn on their back so they can float. Someone else says it's ISR, Infant Swimming Resource, Survival Swim Lessons. Trending right now. This is what someone says. Aren't you the one that's always complaining about people criticizing the way you choose to parent? Oh, and then this is what Katie's post looks like today. She deleted all the comments. She can't stand behind shit. She's a fucking leaf, and it pisses me off because, you know, all she does all day is cry, whinge. But when it comes down to fucking standing behind your words, boom, gone. Then she makes a video. Guess what, Katie? Then I made a video. I can't fucking believe that you are tearing down a mother for their choice that they're making for their child. And you can sit there and tell us that we are not allowed to judge anything that you do as a parent, Miss Public fucking Figure. And yes, I call you Miss because, hell, not really in a marriage, are you? Best mate, you never see him, doesn't sleep in your bed, you never get action, nothing. You don't even like each other. And this is the environment that you have chosen to raise your child in.
Teaching your children to float is not a bad skill. So it's not a super regulated industry, and that is also a little bit problematic. But it seems to be like there are two camps here, those that say it's completely dangerous and those that say it's a great benefit to my child. And Audrey is getting destroyed in her comments, and she actually shared a couple on Instagram in her stories of people that he is 18 months old. Obviously, he's crying. He's calling out for her, and people are concerned that he's swallowing water and that, you know, this is just not cool.
But he's not drowning, Katie. He's not drowning. It's not cruel. He is crying. We all cry when we go through hard lessons. It's hard for everyone to hear a child crying, but when it benefits them, you just think of it like getting a vaccine. The child cries, but it's what's best for them in the long run. I've paused it in the most fucking perfect. This is going to be the thumbnail.
For him, and that he could get hurt. And, you know, the thing is there's someone...
And he could get hurt? Are you serious? Do you understand what you are talking about? You are saying he could get hurt by learning a survival technique that is going to stop him from drowning. So what were those scale things again that you did? It was this half and this half?
Camps here, those that say it's completely dangerous and those that say it's a great benefit to my child.
I'll be weighing up those little options of yours in your brain one more time.
Literally right there, that can help the child, and he's right on top of the baby. So the worst, that's going to happen is that the baby goes underwater and they have to pull the baby up. So I can understand people's apprehension, but the comments that Audrey received that she shared on her Instagram were this: I will never understand this. While this method might save lives, so does taking good care of your child. Put a gate around your pool and take care of your kid, and teach them how to swim when they're old enough to know.
That's not enough, because do you know what? Toddlers, for example, climb things. There are so many instances in Australia, for example, where children have climbed over pool fences. They didn't know how deep it was. Fuck, man, like so many children have drowned in pools in Australia, even though we still have this technique. Imagine if this survival technique did not exist. And you know what? I know this got nothing really to do with it, but Einstein, for example, everyone thought he was a nutter and he was insane and dismissed all of his theories and everything. No one gave him the time of day until hundreds of years after his death, when they realised he was a fucking genius. The person who came up with this is a fucking genius, in my opinion. Katie, you are far from knowledgeable in anything. You can't even research beyond anything because you're so stubborn in your own mind. Once you have made up your mind, there is no changing it, and that is the saddest fucking thing ever. You're a sad fucking miserable human being. That's the reason you hate everyone. I hate you, just throwing so much hate because you are consumed with it. You either hate yourself, people hate you around you. I'm pretty sure maybe your husband hates you. That's maybe why he doesn't step in. Oh, the amount of shit that you spew on Twitter. You look at other women as competition. Audrey is fucking beautiful, strong, independent, trying to put a message out there. She doesn't care if she gets backlash. You, hold up, don't let me get backlash. Let me tell you that I'm right. Yeah, that's your attitude all the fucking time. You are so wrong on this, Katie. You are so wrong.
We're not trying to harm them. Like maybe when he's Ember's age and how they are as parents. The truth is that no matter what we put ourselves through and no matter the accomplishments our children's make, they're
our children's? Yeah. And no matter how many gulps you have, no matter how many days you deny that this is your life, we can see it all so clearly.
Their own individual people. And no amount of bragging or showing that our kids are the best or they can do things at a young age makes it.
Oh, really, Katie? Is that what got under your skin, is it? That you thought Audrey was showing how awesome her child was, and your child can't do that, Katie, can they? Well, obviously not. Instead of feeling threatened and pissed off that a mum is doing that for their child, spending time to make sure that their child will survive if they are not there. Priorities. Yeah, that you see that as making you feel like shit because you don't do that. You don't spend time with your son like that. You haven't really taught him anything. Well, actually, if you really do think about it, everything he knows he's learnt from Toad. Did you just realise this? So eager to find the negatives and hate on anyone, especially mothers, especially women. Who the fuck are you, Katie? Who the fuck are you? You are no one. Your opinion is not valid. Ever. Welcome to the real world.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.